Hello, Steve Arts 89. Well, it's not looking good for Shazam 2, Fury of the Gods. It made 30.5 million domestic for its opening weekend, 35 for its international opening. That's 65.5 altogether. That's not great. The original film made a total of 140 domestic, 225 international, 366 all up, and people are suggesting it's not going to make that much. I'm not sure. I don't know what the opening was for the original. The original opening was 53 million. Oh wow, that's actually, yes, that's quite a lot less, and there's inflation as well. So yeah, it's really disappointing. Now I loved the first Shazam film. I thought it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. I loved the costumes at the end. I loved the pictures that I was seeing for this film. I was kind of excited to see, particularly the gay superhero. So I'm kind of surprised it's not doing so well, because it just seemed like the second film would have done better, that people would have seen the first film and been like, oh wow, yeah, this is fun. Didn't really know who Shazam was, but you know, this is good, this is fun. So really surprised there. Now Ant-Man, that's made 205 at the box office domestically, 256 internationally, total 462. People saying that won't make 500, and that's kind of one of the first big, flops of the Marvel sort of era, the whole superhero era. But yeah, it's not looking good for either of them. Now Scream is doing okay. It made another 16 million over the weekend domestically, so it's a total of 76 domestic, 40 international, so it's 116. So that's doing the same business as the last sort of film sort of thing, so that's fine. Now Creed 3, that made 127 million. Domestically, 96 million internationally, which leaves it at 224 million. So that's doing pretty well, because Creed 2 only made 115 million domestic, 98 million international, 214 all up. So even with inflation, it's doing pretty much the same, and it's not finished, so it's going to make a bit more. So that's doing okay. But yeah, Shazam 1, yeah, I don't think Shazam 2 is going to match it. So it's disappointing, because like I said, I really liked Shazam. I liked Creed as well. The only reason why I haven't seen either of these films is because I don't go to the cinema anymore, thanks to the you-know-what and, the current state of the world. So I'm really behind in films. Like I just watched the remake of Candyman last week, and that came out in 2001. So I'm trying to catch up on my movies. Most of the stuff I bought on DVD or digital, I just haven't sat down and watched them. And others are just available anyway, so I could have watched them ages ago and just haven't done it, but I'm going to get to it. I will review them all just because it's fun. But yeah, I just a bit worried about Shazam. I really thought it would have done better, because it had such good energy. The original film was such a good... I just really enjoyed it. It wasn't dark. It wasn't nihilistic. And, the villain was decent, and you actually did feel worried about the characters. You didn't want anything bad to happen to them. There was like a real legitimate threat. But it wasn't like so many of the other films that are really dark and grimy and just miserable, and everyone's dying and bleeding and everything. It was a nice change, but I guess people don't like that. I guess the general public wants to see people dying and bleeding and miserable, and dark, and so dark you can't see, so badly that you can't see anything in the frame. Apparently that's what people like. The general audience likes that, so that's what they get. And the rest of us don't matter. But yeah, I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Yeah, I don't know what this says for the overall, superhero films. I don't know.